Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In today's session we are going to discuss about repository patterning MVC by using entity framework. We are going to create three different projects like this. One is UI, that is web application, and core application and infrastructure. And this UI project will be interacted with the core and infrastructure to perform the CRUD operations. So we are going to perform CRUD operations in a simple table like this. First we will see the structure of these three different projects. First we are going to create one MVC project. This is the web project that is called UI. So this MVC based application will communicate with the core and infrastructure project libraries to perform the operations. And secondly, we are going to create one more project called core project. This project will be class library project, and here we will be having our database models or entities, and we will create the interface also for the DB operations inside core project. And finally we are going to create one more project called infrastructure project. This project also class library project. Here only we are going to perform our CRUD operations. Before continuing with this session, I would request you all, please subscribe to my channel and click on bell icon for notification alerts. So I am using Visual Studio 2019 for this demo. Click on create a new project. Here we are going to create MVC application. I am searching for web application. So I am going to select .NET Framework web application. Click on next. Here we have to provide our project name. That is, I am giving as my app, and this is going to be UI. So you can give any meaningful name here. And I am going to store this project inside the my documents folder. You can select the physical location where you want to store the project. I'm selecting demo, and I want to give my solution name as repository with entity framework, because we are going to use entity framework with this repository pattern. That's why I'm giving this entity framework. I don't want to place this solution inside the same directory. I'm going to place outside of this directory, and you can select the latest .NET framework which you have in your machine. Click on create. So here I'm going to use MVC. Select MVC and click on create. Now our project has been created here. Go to Solution Explorer. This is our UI project. Now we are going to create two more projects. For that, right click on the solution, add new project. Here we are going to create class library project. Here we have to search for the class library project. So here we can select the class library which is having .NET Framework and C#. Click on next. Here we have to provide our project name, that is our core project, and we are going to store inside the repository with entity framework directory which we created for our UI project, because this all three projects belongs to this single solution. That's why we are selecting the same directory. And here we can select the .NET Framework 4.7.2 which is used for UI also. Click on create. So our project is created here, and we need one more project for our infrastructure. Right click on the solution, add new project. Here we have to search for class library. Select the class library with .NET Framework and C#. Click on next. Here we have to provide project name again. This is infrastructure, and selecting same location and framework 4.7.2. Click on create. So our all three project has been created now. So now we are going to work with the core project. First, here we have to delete this class which came with the project default one. Here already we discussed in core project we can add the database entities. First we will add the database entity. For that, right click on the core application, add new item. Select the data. We are going to use the entity data model, and here we have to provide model name, that is we are going to use product, that is the product model. So before this we will see the database first. Here I am using SQL Server for the database connectivity, and I am using Windows authentication. This is SQL 2012 is my SQL instance name, and this is my system name. Click on connect. Connected to my database server. Expand the databases. Here we have one database called MVC Example. Inside that we have table called TBL Product Master. We are going to use this table for this demo. Right click, select top 1000 rows. So this is the table structure. We have product ID, which is identity column, product name, price, quantity and remarks. If you had seen previous examples, already we worked with the same table structure. So this is the product master. That's why here we are providing model name as product model. Click on add. So we are going to use entity framework designer from database. Click on next. Here we are going to use database first approach. Already we have the database. Click on new connection. Here we have to provide the server name, which is available here. Properties. So this is the name I have to provide. So this is the database we are going to use for this demo. Click on test connection. Connection succeeded. Click on OK. So this is the connection string which is going to be saved inside the our app.config or web.config. Here we can rename it as product entities. Click on next. So we are going to use the latest entity framework which we have 6.0. Click on next. Here we are going to work with the tables alone. That's why I'm selecting table, and here also I will provide as product model. Click on finish. So now our entity model has been created. So after adding this product model, automatically our connection string is added into the our app.config. So same connection string we have to add inside our UI also, because from UI only we are going to connect with the application. For that we have to add this connection string into our UI also. Now we will create one interface here. Right click, add new item. Here click on code. We have to create one interface. Here I am giving name as product repository. So always interface starts with the I. Click on add. This is going to be public method. Here we will create methods for our CRUD operations. Like I want create method to create the product. Here we have to pass our TBL product master, that is product, and then I need one more method for update. I can use same table here. and I need one more method for delete. Here we are going to delete the product based on product ID, so we are passing product ID alone, and here we have to get all the products. For that I'll use IEnumerable, so that it is going to return as list of products. Get all products, and I need one more method to get the product based on product ID. This get product by ID. Here we have to pass parameter as product ID. Same value we are passing here. We will build the application of core build once. If there is any error, we can fix it here. So there is no error. So now we are going to implement our business logic layer, that is called our infrastructure layer. Expand this. I am going to delete default one which is created for us, that class. Now I am going to create one class here. I'll name it as product repository. So here only we are going to perform all our CRUD operations. So this will be inherited from our interface. For that we have to add the references first. Infrastructure will be referenced with core application. So click on projects. Here you will get the project core. Click on OK. Now we can access all our core items from the infrastructure project. Like this, we will add the reference for UI also, because we are going to access infra and core projects inside UI project. So now we created one repository class inside the infrastructure. So this is our class. This will be inherited from product repository. For this we have to add reference my app.core. So now we can access product repository here. Here go to implementation, control dot implement all interface. So here all methods will be implemented. First here we have to call our DB entities, that is product entities DB. I'll create one constructor here, CTOR. Product entities. So first we are going to create product. For that db dot kbl product master dot add. Here we have to add reference of entity framework. For that right click on the references, go to manage NuGet packages, go to browse. Here we need internet connectivity to add the NuGet packages. Here we can look for entity framework, select entity framework, install, click on OK. We have to accept the license terms. As you know, to install any NuGet packages we need internet connectivity, then only we can install. So our entity framework has been added. Now we can use add here. So we are going to add product. So finally we have to save the changes. So next We can perform delete also here. First we have to identify the product based on product ID, that is TBL product master is product. Here we can use the find to find out the product. So here we have to pass our product ID. Based on product ID, it will search the product, and if it is found, then product master dot remove. We can use the remove. Here we are going to pass product. So finally again we have to save the changes. Then we have to get the product from the product table. So directly we can get the product from the TBL product master. That's it. No need to put. So directly we are getting the product from the product table, and based on product ID we have to filter the product. For that, product equal to find. So based on product ID we will get the product, and we can return product now. So also here we used this method. Same thing we can use it here also. If you require, you can use any of the one, it will work. And finally we have to update the product. For that, here we have to use the entry of product. You have to change the state. System dot data dot entity state dot modified. That's it. Now we will build the application once. Build. There is any errors, we can fix it here. So there is no error. Already we referenced both core and infrastructure projects to our UI project. Now we can go to controllers. We will create a controller here. Right click on the controllers, click on add controller. Here we are going to use controllers with views using entity framework, so that we no need to create any view manually. Automatically it will be created by using scaffolding mechanism. Click on add. Here we are going to select model class, that is our TBL product master. Here we have to select the entity data context. Controller name I am giving as product. You are already aware of that. So all the controllers should contain controller at the end of the controller name. And here we selected generate views, so that automatically views will be generated for us. Click on add. So it's installing required NuGet packages. So there was an error running the selected code, object reference not set. So we will build the application once. Core application we will build once, and infrastructure also we will build once. And first we will build the UI. Build succeeded. Now we will try to create a controller. We are going to use views using entity framework. Add, select model. This is my model. This is my entity and controller name will be product controller. And now our controller has been created with all action method. This is the index action method to get all the products. This is the details based on ID. We are getting the products, and this is the create view action method, and this is the post action method to save the data, and this is the edit to update the data, and this is the view part, and this is the post method of edit to update the product. This is delete view method, and this is the post method of delete to delete the product. Okay, so all the action method has been created by entity framework. We don't need to create anything manually. Now we will run the application once. So our project is running now. We will try to access our product controller. So this is the final output of this session. So we can create product by clicking on create new. Here I am going to add like some create. So product has been created. Now I want to edit this. I'm updating. So update is working fine. I can go to access the details. From here we can edit the product, like to list. Also I can delete any product from here. It will ask for the confirmation. Click on delete. Deleted successfully. So here I'm going to wind up this session. To apply any bootstrap styles, you can add it. In previous sessions already we are shown all those things, and whenever we are creating product, once it is submitted, you can show the modal pop-up or a message box here for the user information, and you can apply whatever the changes you want to apply. And also we are not going to put any validations here. It is everything controller is created by the entity framework. We are not going to add any exception handling and all. In previous sessions already we covered exception handling and how to validate and how to add the bootstrap styles to the our view. We discussed in previous sessions. If you want, you can go through with the previous sessions and you can apply whatever the changes you want. Okay, if you have any issues with this example or this code, if it's not working or if you are facing any issues, you can put me in comments so that I'll try to reply as early as possible. That's it for today. Thanks for watching this video.